a 9th grader at the Adlai Stevenson School in Prairie View, Illinois. Andrea Jaeger is 14, and she spends a lot of time on a tennis court. Nothing unusual about that, except at 14, she's the youngest pro of all. Julie Anthony talks to her and her parents, Ilsa and Roland Jaeger.
Andrea, you have been a tennis pro on the women's tour since January of this year. How do you like it so far?
You know, it's been a lot of fun for me. You know, I get to see other places and everything, and it makes it even better that I've been winning, you know, a lot. I haven't gotten, you know, out in the first round of every tournament, so that makes it a lot better.
Mr. Jaeger, some people feel that having a 14-year-old turn pro is a little early and that perhaps you might be pushing Andrea. How do you feel about this?
Well, the reason we did it is because she ran out of opposition in the juniors. She's beaten all the juniors there were. So why not go the Avon Tour, which is a great way to start? And then she did really great there. So I said, Andrea, we're going to leave it up to you. What do you think? You want to get paid for it, or you just want to go on your own like that? She says, well, if I'm going, I might as well get paid for what I'm doing. And that's how it went.
It makes sense. Mrs. Jaeger, are you helping Andrea handle her money?
Well, a little bit. We are putting it away for her for later on in life. Yeah, so we're really thrilled with what she's doing.
Do you have any special worries with her out among the wolves now in the tennis tour?
Well, it's not, as long as we can go with her or her sister, we're not worried at all. But I really wouldn't want to send her anywhere by herself. That's one thing for sure. She's not going to go alone anywhere.
How old do you think you'll have to be before you can go alone?
I don't know. It might be real soon because my sister's going to college, but my parents, one of them will probably always come with, and it helps a lot because if you lose, you don't have anyone to go to, you know, after you lose. So here, you lose, and, you know, you can go to, you know, your parents or your sister. So I hope it's not going to be for a while.
Well, thank you all very much.
This battle against Madruga, 7-5, 2-6, 6-3, puts you into your second straight final at Hilton Head. You're the defending champion, but you face another very tough clay court player, Regina Marsikova, in the title match. What about that?
Well, you know, I think that she is another good clay court player, but, you know, hopefully the points won't last as long because I think she hits harder instead of the high loopy ones.
Do you have any particular strategy against Regina?
Right now, I just go home and go to sleep.
Now, Tracy Austin, a tough test.
Yeah, I've played Tracy. Last time it was in Boston this year on the Avon Championships, and, you know, it was inside and on the carpet, and I don't like to play on the carpet so much, so, you know, I prefer to play her here.
On clay?
Yeah, on
clay.
clay.
Might give you an edge.
Yeah, I think I have a better chance. I mean, you know, she's a very tough player. I don't know if I'm able to beat her or not, but, you know, if I'm able to beat her, it's here on clay.
So. And there it goes, Tracy Austin. Once queen, still queen, will hold the Family Circle Magazine Cup. She finally overcomes a stubborn Regina Marsikova, 3-6, 6-1, 6-love. Regina, come in here, please. Regina, I know you can smile because you have such a lovely smile. It's not been an easy day for you, but you did win a set from Tracy for the first time, and I'm sure you're going to be beating her one of these days. What happened out there, in your words?
Well, I think, you know, Tracy started much stronger in the second set than she played in the first, and I wasn't enough patient anymore. And, you know, I think she really deserves the win because, you know, she was much better player today in the last set and in the second, so congratulations, and thank you very much.
In the first set, you mixed up the pace, you changed spins. Were you startled to win the first set?
Yeah, I tried to mix it up and I tried to slow the game down a little bit, but then how I said, you know, I stopped being as patient as I was in the first set, and that's what decided probably.
Well, Regina, You're number one in Czechoslovakia. You've made thousands, I know, perhaps millions of fans across the United States for you and your country. Dziękuję, Honia Shesta, and we'll return with Tracy Austin after this. A familiar scene in the winner's circle. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tracy, you'd beaten Regina 3 straight times. You hadn't given her a set. What happens when a woman like this wins a set from you? Does panic set in?
Well, I think, you know, she's a lot better on clay, and I played her on hard courts the 3 times before. And I think in the first set, she was a lot more patient, and I was impatient. I was forcing the ball and trying to get the point over too quickly.
You went to 25 unforced errors so fast, our statistician Steve Flink could hardly keep up. What happened?
I don't know. My concentration wasn't that great. And then that one easy one, it was about 2 feet from the net, and I slammed it way out.
Made me feel, I think it made every hacker across the United States feel great.
Well, that's
if Tracy Austin can blow a shot like that, she's human, she's not a machine.
Well, I'm glad I made everybody feel better.
This week, Tracy, I know that your dream and all your life has been to be number one in the world. It's a very flighty figure, a very small number, that number one. But this week, you made it on the Women's Tennis Association computer. You just went past Martina Navratilova by perhaps 2/100ths of a point or something big like that. And how does it feel to be on top of the world?
Well, I was especially excited the first time. My mom told me, it was after the match, and
Against Renee Richards?
Yeah, after that, and she came up and told me, and I was just hysterical. You know, I was going crazy, but I don't know, it doesn't feel any different so far, but I'm really
Except
excited.
that you're crazy and hysterical.
I guess.
But what does this mean? Certainly Martina is not going to dry up and blow away.
No.
This is going to give her greater determination. Do you, inside your head, inside your mind, regard yourself as number one in the world?
Well, I think it's pretty close right now, as the computer says, and you know, I don't know. It's so close right now. I think it's too early to decide who's number one right now. So at the end of the year, I think then we can talk about it more.
Many people have asked me, Tracy, what is it like for Tracy Austin? You lead a double life. You're an 11th grader, and there are lots of them certainly around here in the crowd at Rolling Hills High School, the home of the Titans, and you lead that life when you're home. You go to class, you bring your books on the road. Suddenly you step out here, and you're the number one woman. You're not a teenager. You're the number one woman in this very competitive game of tennis. What is it like leading this double life?
Well, you know, it's exactly like you say. When I'm home, I'm going to school and I'm with my friends, and then when I'm here, it's completely different. You know, I kind of, you know, I'm with the adults more, and so it is 2 completely different lives.
Do you have friends on the tour? Is it easy for the number one person to make friends among her competitors?
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel much more comfortable now, and with the girls, because I think I'm getting to know them better and they're getting to know me better. And but I think, you know, my best friends are the ones that are more my age on the circuit.
The kids on the circuit? Because
Yeah.
I know when you came here for the first time in 1977, you looked like somebody who'd been lost on the way to the Teddy Bears picnic. And
Thanks a lot.
90 pounds, you're a little bigger now. Yesterday, now you know it's funny how fickle people can be. Everybody said, isn't it great, this kid comes up, she's 17 years old. Yesterday, somebody nobody had ever heard of, Ivana Madruga, is beating you, and suddenly the crowd is all with Madruga. What does that feel like?
Well, I guess she was the underdog, and you know, I think they always want an upset, and it was almost an upset. I was very close, so you know, the crowd was for Ivana, but I think I'll have to get used to that.
Well, I think today the crowd likes you, likes your tennis, and hopes you'll be back for many more Family Circle Magazine Cups. Tracy Austin, you're only 17. You're not ready for a walker yet, so congratulations, and we wish you well the rest of the season at Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and all the way. That's Tracy Austin, ladies and gentlemen. And Tracy talked about all the young kids on the tour. She came up here when she was 14. Another 14-year-old arrived just this year from Illinois. Her name, Andrea Jaeger, and you better watch her.